Before we continue, I want to address something directly. This campaign is real. We are running for president of the United States. And because of that, we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard. Effective immediately. We have made a change with the campaign, within this campaign. The vice president position has been vacated. The vice president position has been vacated. That decision was necessary because this campaign cannot and will not operate on anything less than seriousness, disciplined, and focused. Let me also be clear about something else. We will not participate in debates with individuals who are not legitimate presidential candidates under any circumstances. If you are not actively running for president of the United States, if you are not on that path, then we will not engage in debate. This is not an entertainment. This is not a game. And this is not part of any online scene. This is a campaign for the highest office in this country, and it will be treated that way. We welcome real discussions. We welcome real debates, but only at the level that respects the seriousness of what is at stake. And moving forward, this is exactly how the campaign will operate. My fellow Americans, tonight is not about politics. It's not about parties. It's not about headlines. And it's not about me. Tonight is about a promise this country made to the men and women who wore the uniform. And tonight, we're going to talk about how that promise has been broken. Let's start with the truth. Not the polished version, not the version you heard in press conferences, the real truth. We have veterans sleeping in cars, sleeping under bridges, sleeping on sidewalks in the same country that they defended. And at the same time, the federal government owns buildings, thousands of them, some full, but many sitting half empty or completely unused. Now let's connect the dots, because this is where it stops making sense. We are spending billions every year maintaining buildings that are barely used, heating them, cooling them, securing them. Empty spaces paid for by the American people. And at the same time, we are told there's not enough housing, there's not enough funding, there's not enough resources. I know personally there's $68 million in that budget per year, and $5 million of that is going on leased properties that are vacated or half full. So we can't get the 32,000 veterans that are homeless each day. There's something wrong with this picture, and I'm calling them out on their budget. This is the budget they released. I want you to look at these buildings. I'm going to show you, after I do the speech, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you all the pictures of the buildings. I'm going to show you the vacate. I'm going to show you all the federal spots on the map. All the red dots I will show you on the maps will show you that these are all federal properties. Okay, the federal properties, office spaces, facilities sitting there, unused. Now ask yourself, how is this possible that we can maintain these buildings, but we cannot house people who defended them? I mean, this is not complicated, is it? This is not a policy puzzle. This is not moral decision. A country is judged by how it treats its people, and especially those who were willing to die for it. Right now, we are failing that test. Now let's talk about the solution, because I'm not here to complain. I'm here to fix it. The Veteran Act is simple, and that's why it works. Step 1, identified unused federal buildings. Step 2, convert those buildings into housing, not shelters, not temporary, fixed, permanent housing. Wrap services around them. Mental health, job placement, community support, accountability. We track it, we measure it, we don't let it disappear into bureaucracy. The truth is, they don't want no one to really know how they're spending the budget, because we know that something's off in the budget. Here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. The problem could have been solved already. The space exists. The money exists. They need it. The need is obvious. What been missing uh, is the will. So tonight, I am not asking for permission. I am asking for clarity. Do we want to be this country that honors its veterans with words, or the country that honors them with action? Because we can't do both. And I choose action, plain and simple. Now, I'm not going to go on and on and on. I'm going to show some pictures. I spoke on immediately effective the vice presidency after. First of all, I had no knowledge that he was going to go debate an actual puppet, because if you can't take this serious, that's why I'm telling you, if you're not running for president of the United States in the 2028 race, there's no way I will debate anybody, because this is very serious to me, and I'm actually a real candidate for the president of the United States. Now, whether the vice president and I had a miscommunication somewhere down the line, but there's no administration of mine is going to be taking rights away from people. We're not going to cap off the rich and take their money away from them. We're not doing none of that. We're not doing anything that relates to anything communist. We're not a communist country, and I'm not a communist leader. You understand? I will run this country, and I will fight for the people every day if I'm elected in office. So moving forward, I will wait till the proper time. I will continue campaigning. I will continue getting Florida done. After I get Florida done, I will move on to Alabama. From Alabama, I will go to Tennessee, which is only 275 votes, 275 signatures, and then I'll move down to Kentucky. I'll do four straight blocks is how we're gonna handle this. The big thing is, once we get Florida, I think once I get Florida locked in, maybe the people that are on this internet will see that I'm serious. Because once I get Florida locked in, getting Alabama, Tennessee, and Kentucky, it's going to be a breeze in the park if I master Florida, which we're on the right path to do that. We're gonna come in about 10 months early with that. We're gonna get everything in. They're gonna get counted, and then they're gonna officially put me on the ballot in Florida. And then I'll move to the easier states. And then we got to go out west, and the west is going to be the hard part. We got to secure a very hard California, which they got a governor named Newsom who put his hat in the race, and he's mentally deranged. I will tell you that, and his wife is even worse. So bad choice for him even running this race. Of course, J.D. Vance is supposed to be the favorite at 57% at this point. We're not playing their game. We're not going into their game. We're not owned by them. We don't take their money. We run a grassroots campaign one step at a time. But I cannot have a vice president going out and say and making communist statements and not taking it serious. So it was simple. When I saw this, which I just got, I could say about an hour ago, I went on to see the Dabble versus political show with OG Mom and Dick. And when I saw this, I was just blown away. I don't really care what anybody says. You can call me all the names you want. I'm posting out. Let me tell you something. I will not do nothing that will hurt this campaign. And what he was doing, which I didn't know he was doing at the time, is we addressed it. He agreed. He pulled out, and that's it. It's final. He'll be making a statement in the morning when he gets off his job. He'll be going live to make his statement, official resignation. I will file the paperwork immediately in the morning with the FEC to take him off my card, and we'll move forward. And moving forward, that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna take you into the video room here, and I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. It's gonna be brief. It's late. I just wanted to come on. I'm sure I'm being sniped by Pat Dixon and Bob Levy. Bob had asked me to please go on tonight. I do want to address one thing, though. This is taking off the campaign. And then before we get to these pictures, let me go back here for a minute. I just can't imagine, and this is from the seriousness of my heart. When it comes to the Dabbleverse, I'm no comedian. I'm nobody famous. I'm just Joey C., a clown that stepped into the Dabbleverse and made a bunch of controversy. I'm nobody, nothing to brag about. I'm nothing to anybody. But when I found out today out of Bob Levy's mouth on MLC that Shmuel Buckman calls him daily for therapy because he hates me so much. Can you imagine Shmuel Buckman talking to Bob Levy about Joey C. or nobody and complaining to Bob Levy like he's in therapy? If that ain't the lowest cow of the Dabbleverse, he is aiming for that exactly what he is. I can't imagine him calling Bob Levy every day to have therapy sessions. I was blown away when Bob told me that. Should be back. Testing. We're back. We're back. We're back. All right. Sorry about that technical difficulties. We got some kind of faulty wire here that I just noticed. All right. We're here loud and clear. Sorry about that. Apologize, but between StreamYard having problems and a faulty wire, so let's get back to this so I can end this. I have to go to bed. I have an appointment with the doctor in the morning. All right. So uh, this is one of my models. America has the space, so why are veterans homeless? Okay. And then we have this. Um, First of all, let's go down here. Let's pull this. Like I showed you the dots. We saw that. That part's done. Now I'm going to show you just some of the. That's about one. Here we go. Okay. This is one of the rooms, half empty. People, I mean, it's ridiculous. Let me put that one there. All right, let's go here. Let's close that one. Let me get to the rest of the pictures here. All right, so is this one? Where's my other picture? There we. Here's one of their federal buildings that we're paying. This is one of the buildings we're paying for. This is what's empty. Every floor on this building is empty. There's so many properties that are just dead weight. Some of them that they forgot about that they don't even take care of no more. That are just falling apart. We have the land that's clear and free. Why not build subsidized housing for the veterans? I mean, if the money's there in the budget, we could do this. Wouldn't it be better to take the budget and put it in areas where we could make this problem go away? You would think they would want to, right? Because if they're going out to fight this country, if we're asking them or they're volunteering to go and they come into the military service and we happen to be sending our troops to another country and we go to war and they're losing their lives or they're coming back with wounds or losing their legs, losing whatever, messed up from PTSD, whatever, we should immediately, the minute they land back on American soil, immediately, whether if they have to go to the hospital, they go to the hospital. Stay. Once they're cleared from the hospital, they go right into their housing and they start their rehabilitation for whatever wound they have, their mental health. There's no excuse for this to happen. So I have right now I'm at 130 pages that I have written on the Veterans Act. I take it as very serious. It's going to be my main core into the White House. The other thing is, it's coming. I'm going to be on my way, especially when I get Florida, to be a notable candidate once I get on the ballot for Florida. And I'm going to make a lot of noise, and I'm going to have a lot of people come at me. A lot of people that are going to be thinking that they got because they're going to attack my history, my being a felon. They're going to attack me being an addict for all the years. They're going to attack me for being poor. They're going to attack me for not having no connection. They're going to attack me for not being powerful. They're going to attack me every level. But see, I'm going to de-weaponize all of them because when they go to talk and make those crazy videos about me, the American people are going to know what I'm about, what I stand for, and they're gonna already know, and they're gonna not listen to those guys. There's nothing they can do. They just don't. They don't know what they think they're gonna do is not gonna happen because I'm gonna make sure that every American knows my entire history. And that's all I can say on this matter. All I can say is the vice presidency is vacant. I will make a more very thought out decision on this matter, who I'm going to choose next. I have a lot of time before I choose somebody. Like I said, my main goal is I have to get Florida. Once Florida is out, which is one of the biggest states, once I prove that, I'll be on the ballot, Florida. Maybe people will start taking me serious. I did not know the vice president was doing this, as I said. When I was aware of it, I had to ask him once. Do you know that we're really on the ballot for vice president and president? Do you understand that? And he goes, well, I got to tell you something. He goes, I go, you know what you did? You set me back. You know how I'm trying to sell myself as a serious candidate, and you're going around debating puppets. That can't happen. We got to make a change here. I'm sorry. He agreed, and then we're moving forward. So I said my piece. I will be doing another news briefing tomorrow. We're going to get more into this. There's going to be probably the rest of the week. We'll do every day a little bit on this Veterans Act that we're putting together, how we're going to handle it. We'll show the actual numbers tomorrow. I wasn't coming on today. I was doing this tomorrow, but after I discovered what he did, I wanted to come in and do this briefing. So as far as the campaign talk, we're done. I guess the last time I was on, when I was on with 54 minutes of silence, there was no volume. We did have legitimate problems. Uh, I can't name who came in to put the speech on Martin Luther King. It was pretty genius on his part to save me, because he just felt that it was done. The volume wasn't working, and that was the best option, of course, action to take. And I'm glad he did. Don't ask who it is because it's none of your business. I don't have to indulge that information. But like I said, there'd be no debates with anybody in the Dabbleverse. If you're not a presidential candidate, don't come knocking on my door for anything. I don't have to prove anything to you. I don't have to debate you. I don't have to take your joking around. That's what you guys are trying to do. You're trying to clown on my campaign. And first of all, I'm appalled to it. I'm appalled to it, especially people that claim to be my friends. So listen to me. If you can't be on board with me and take me serious, scoot a dude down the road and just let me be about my little campaign here that we're building every day. And we are building. We are covering ground. We are putting some work in. We're doing the time. We're doing the work. We're doing everything. So right now, it's me, myself, and I. We're out there doing everything. I got some volunteers that want to come on board for Tennessee that sent me an email because Tennessee only needs 275 actual signatures. That's the easiest state, and 1,000 in Washington, D.C., and then there's a lot of states with 5,000. We're going to tag out all the small ones, and then we're going to make a plan how we're going to go out to the big states, and we're going to get those. So I'll be doing a lot of traveling. I got a lot of things in the works. We're slowly going to build the campaign funds. On a serious note, I don't control the campaign money. So if you think that what I'm in this for, you guys are absolutely berserk. Anything that's been talked in the Dabbleverse, just like I owe $15,000. No, I don't owe $15,000 to nobody. You understand? 0 was the final outcome. 0. So don't ask me any other questions. 0 is what the judge put. Enter. So what does that tell you? He must have been paid his money. But the people would not put the real truth up. Thanks to Dr. Steve. I thank you very much for being in my corner of my campaign. I thank you very much for letting everybody know because you're very credible. And like he said, this will definitely be in your favor when he saw the proof. So you can say whatever you want about me. You can say anything about my family. It's your right. You do what you want to do. But I've got no time to play in the Dabbleverse. I got a serious campaign to run. I'm Joseph Samuel Catalano. Honesty and integrity can still get to the White House by fixing the root of the problem. I will see you tomorrow with a news briefing. I don't know what time yet, but I got a lot of things in the morning I have to do, and I have to file immediately to take James Sardino off the ballot. So good night, and tomorrow we'll have part 2, and then we'll have part 3, part 4, and part 5, but we're going to get into this. I'm going to show you budgets tomorrow, the actual budgets that was released on the Veterans Bill, what they have. And they got a pretty good budget. It's just they're putting money in places I don't understand, and they can't explain it to nobody. So everybody have a good night.